Police, and he wanted to die himself. All of that's pretty obvious.
It does happen in these situations quite often, where people always find an excuse to have a go at the police, and I don't know what else the police would be supposed to do in that kind of situation.
Absolutely, and again, especially on the anniversary of the Charlie Hebdo attacks, when 2 officers died, they're in a state of war. You know, I'm walking through...
And plans start from just £11 a month. Visit vonage.co.uk to find out more. Vonage, the cloud-based business phone. Terms and conditions apply. Ian Dale at Drive, weekdays 4 till 7 on LBC.
He asked himself the question whether it was an error of judgment. I'm putting out a leaflet shortly after the horrific attacks in Paris, calling me radical and divisive.
You think it was an error of judgment?
And at the same time, when you've got members of his team, you know, saying pejorative things to voters about my faith, which I understand are currently being investigated by Zach Goldsmith. That's the right thing to do. And my concern is this.
Do you think those complaints should be investigated by the police?
No. My point is this.
Arena is still in there, Jeb Bush is still in there, Marco Rubio of Florida, of course, John Kasich of Ohio. So a huge array of candidates for Republicans to choose from, and yet it is Donald Trump who is...
Katie Hopkins, Donald Trump running mate. Well, talking of Katie Hopkins, I had a little chat with her an hour ago. It got a little bit sparky. It has the hands of the far right in Germany. You're playing into the hands of racists in this country, and you ought to be ashamed of that.
I'm not ashamed of it at all, Ian. Actually, I'm quite proud to be somebody that stands as a patriot, that wishes to defend what is left of this country I call my home. And for other Europeans...
What do you mean, what is left of this country? I don't feel like that. Why should you feel like that?
You have a choice.
As you head from Upper Street around Highbury Corner and onto the Holloway Road. It's on Highbury Corner itself that you're currently being held. It's because of an accident a short time ago involving a lorry. And the lorry involved has been towed away, so hopefully we should be allowed through again fairly shortly. It's not causing too many delays on the approach right now, thankfully. In Beckton, Woolwich Manor Way
picked it as one of their best books of the year.
Yeah, it was top 10 new business books of the year, and non-fiction books of the year on Amazon. No, I mean we wrote it purely because, in an altruistic sense of wanting to share what we learned, because when we applied the techniques we use as consultants,
And what would your advice be for 2016?
Absolutely. So I'm more inclined on taking on partners to take this venture forward. Now, I wanted to ask you, is that a good idea?
Start locally, see how it goes. I do that with your partners as well. I wouldn't dive into a big... I get people who are, and if by the way, if they like your idea and they're like-minded, you can all work...
5 to 3 for Bagshot. Once again, it's shut till the early hours of tomorrow morning for some overnight works. Overnight works also mean the M4's closed both going away from and towards town between junction 10, the Wokingham and Bracknell turn, and 11 for the south of Reading tonight. To the southeast of town, Baring Road in Grove Park's blocked each way at Kingsand Road. That's the top of the hill that runs between Grove Park and Lee, that one's because of an accident. Another accident to the west of town means you can't get from Pope's Lane going past Gunnersbury Park across the North Circular and onto
Free Street. But this is going too far. We do know there were 1,000 perverts who assaulted many, many women who were there innocently having a good New Year's Eve party. It was like a kid in a candy shop for some of these third world peasants that suddenly realised, wow, look at this, blonde white girls in short skirts. This is fantastic.